Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Full Out with one of my all-time favorite people in the world, Natalie Lander. She is a hilarious actress, writer. She's just like talented at every single thing she does. We've worked together a lot. I've been friends with her for a long time. We used to call each other comedy life partners, which we still call each other that. And she has a new musical coming out. It's called Earth to Squiggy, and her dad was Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley, and she wrote a musical about this, and it is so special and so cool, and I just love her so much, and I know you're going to love her too after hearing this episode.
Now, introducing Full Out with Brittany Ross.
This is Natalie Lander.
Hi, do I talk to the...
Yeah, talk to
Hello,
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah.
Hi.
She's one of my very best friends, and should we tell everyone how we met?
Yeah, we definitely should.
Well, she's an amazing actress. She's an amazing singer. She's musical theater, all the things, comedy, drama. She can do it all. She actually can do it all.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you, who can also do it all.
Except I can't. I can't sing.
Okay, well, I mean, you can carry a tune, though.
No, I can't.
You just need to take a few lessons. I think you could. You're competitive. If you took lessons, you'd probably learn to sing.
If I really wanted to, maybe I could.
There we go.
We did sing together in a show that we did. We sang like a rap song.
You're a rapper.
I guess I'm just a rapper. I'm just a rapper.
A real
Why
talented...
have I been trying to sing? I'm just a rapper.
It's like your calling is rapping.
I think so. I actually ran into Ethan, the guy that wrote the song with us.
Oh, yeah. He texted me. I meant to tell you.
The other day.
At the farmer's market. Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And I don't know if we'll cut this or not, but it took me a while to remember because I feel like he's gotten muscular. Or
Yeah. He got into jacked dad mode. When guys have kids and then they're like,
it took me a second to be like, who is this person? Who is this person? And then I was once it clicked, I was like, whoa, you've had some protein. Yeah. And then I was like, oh my God, of course I know who he is. But
and also when was the last time you saw him? Probably
I looked
10
at
years
our text,
ago.
I think it was 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. But Natalie and I wrote a really good comedy rap song about Craigslist.
We did. We had a couple fun little songs.
Yeah, we did. They were cute.
They were super fun.
Maybe we'll bring it back.
Who knows?
Who knows? And I guess I'm a rapper.
Yes, obviously.
No, but we met on working on The Middle, a TV show on ABC.
Not Malcolm in the Middle.
Everyone thought it was Malcolm in the Middle, but it's not.
It's Stuck in the Middle.
No, it's The Middle. So we went in, we played the mean high school cheerleaders. Both of us were in our late 20s.
I was 28. So and I'm 4 years older than you? 3 years older than you?
Yeah. I think
3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was too old to be in high school, but we look so young. At least we do. You still look so young.
And you do.
You do.
Oh my gosh. This is just going to be an hour of us going, no,
the middle.
you.
It's like if the two girls from The Middle got a podcast, it's going to be like, oh my God, you look so young.
Your hair is
prettiest.
No, you are.
So we we played mean high school cheerleaders and we auditioned for the first time on our own, right? And we read both characters
as one
person.
Character.
But then we went to the callback and they mixed us. They were like, we're going to do a mix and match where they are like, okay, we like this girl with this girl. And then you go out of the room and they're like, we like this girl with this girl. And they mix us up. And Natalie and I had never met and we got called in together.
We were the first pair to go in, the first mixed and match.
Yes. And I feel like I've never had so much chemistry with anybody in my entire life, including my husband. Yeah. Initial chemistry where I was like, who is this person?
Yeah, we
didn't even talk before we read this.
We didn't even talk. We didn't run it through. It just it was one of those magical experiences where the universe and the planets aligned and there were no two other people who could have done this.
Exactly. And we went out of the room and
the best part.
Then we sat down and then they're like, okay, girls, everyone can go home. And they didn't call in anybody else.
And it felt so good.
Yeah, I know. I feel like now we can say it felt so good.
Yeah.
I feel like that back then we were like, and it was like so sad for everybody else. And I feel so bad.
I felt so bad for them.
Now I feel like in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, and they didn't call in anybody else. It was just us.
Everyone had to drive home in traffic.
And they didn't even audition.
I mean, I would have been really pissed if I was anybody other
Me
than
too.
us.
I would have like really cried hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think some girls did because, later I feel like we wound up meeting a few girls who auditioned for those roles, and they remembered that experience.
But you had tears of joy.
Yeah, we had tears of joy.
It was like, it was
We
so
walked to our
funny.
car.
Yeah, we kind of like had to slink out because, like we might get stabbed. Like,
In the parking lot at
Warner
Warner Ranch
Brothers.
that doesn't even exist anymore. Can you imagine? It's
We're
like
like-
two girls stabbed in the parking lot at Warner Ranch in cheerleading uniforms.
oh my God. But yeah, that was when we I remember like we locked eyes and like,
Well, like, maybe I'll see you
guess I'll
soon.
see you later.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I know.
I don't know. It was like a first date. It was like we had gone on a first date and we kissed.
Yeah, I know. It did feel like that. And then we kissed. Our souls kissed.
And
And then we showed up to set, and I feel like we were like reading the same self-help book. or
Definitely.
something.
Yeah, we were. You
And
can't
then-
afford the luxury of a negative thought.
Yeah, probably.
That was it.
That's why we got the job. Because we were thinking so
We were
positively.
doing the work.
We were definitely in that era of our lives.
Totally.
For sure. We were like passing back and forth like...
Oh, I remember like sitting there because I was really into that stuff. Not that anything's wrong with it. I'm still kind of into it.
Yeah.
But like I remember being like, I'm sending white light to everyone in this room. I was like sending white light to
To the girls
everybody.
that didn't get called in.
Yeah. Well,
I
sitting
was
there.
not. I was like...
See, so both work.
Yeah, both things work. It doesn't... Yeah, it's so funny.
There's no wrong path.
no wrong path. But when we got there, everybody thought that we had known each other for years.
Yeah.
People were like, wait, you guys don't know each other? And we're like, no, we just... no.
Yeah. People thought we were really best friends and from like before. And we were like, no, you guys are matchmakers.
And I feel like there's a few people who got married from the show. Like,
Yeah.
who, like, there's a couple matches of other characters on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we're included in one of the greatest, like,
Matches
love
of the
matches of the show.
It's true. My
Yeah.
dad called us, he used to refer to Brittany as my life partner.
I know. I
He'd
know.
be like, how's your life partner?
I know.
Like, she's great. I have a husband.
I feel like we started, there was a phase where we were posting that I would be like, oh, me and my life partner, like, blah, blah, did this. And I remember, I think one of my aunts in Texas called my mom to be like, so, is Brittany, she thought we were like a lesbian couple, and I think panicked about it.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, I know.
We'd be a really hot
Yeah.
lesbian couple.
I know we would. It's a tiny hot lesbian couple.
Very, very tiny.
But I feel like when we got that, I was in that phase of like, I don't want to cheer anymore. Like I just moved here and I was like, I'm never cheering again. I'm going to burn my cheerleading shoes when I get there. And then every time I put on my cheerleading uniform, I would book a job.
Yeah. That was
It
always
was like my magic suit.
It was. You were, you were like cheerleader extraordinaire. And I was the total opposite, where I'd never cheered in my life. And in fact, I was always so intimidated by the cheerleaders at my high school because I was such a theater dork. So then to be like friends with this like really cute, fun cheerleader in real life, I was like, oh my God, I'm popular finally.
No.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
You're popular on TV.
That's
We were popular
in real
in the
life.
Midwest on TV. We were also playing like Midwest popular girls, and they'd give us like purple eyeshadow. and,
Yeah.
like-
That was
Yeah.
questionable.
You're very popular, Natalie.
You are.
Everyone knows you. Natalie grew up here, so I feel like since Natalie and I work together so much, people would always, like, still to this day, people come up to me and are like, oh, you're Natalie's friend, because she has all these friends from LA, and we were always together.
Yeah.
At least they'd see us together and stuff. So, and I don't really know some of them sometimes when they come up to me.
You're
but you
famous
just know
in
a
my
lot
world.
of people in Los Angeles.
It's true because I grew up in LA. I went to college in LA, and then I pretty much never left LA. So, yeah. all here. That's it.
Everything's
End
here.
of story. It was really nice chatting with you.
And that's it. I just really wanted to tell the story of how I got the middle, and I don't need you for anything else.
I gotta go.
No, but you did grow up here.
I
and
did.
you grew up in Hollywood Hills for a little bit.
Yes, I lived in the Hollywood Hills until I was, I usually tell people till high school because it always is just easier, but it was actually technically till middle school.
Okay.
I grew up with my next door neighbor was David Lynch.
Can you tell the story about going over to David Lynch's house?
Yeah, I
Okay,
can.
this is so funny.
So I grew up, my dad was an actor. He played Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley, and my mom was like in and out of the business, but like kind of like one of those ladies who did everything. And she was really into sort of like a lot of hippy dippy things. So we lived up in the hills, and we had about an acre of land that was up this hill. And my mom had this gorgeous organic garden, and we ended up getting chickens. And so we would have our own eggs, and David Lynch would be on his hill, and we had sort of just like an ugly chain link fence between the properties. Now, looking back, I'm like, that's so bizarre. But anyway, that's what it was. And he'd be
That's
like,
life in the Hollywood Hills, guys.
we're just really
Sometimes
modest.
You just have a chain link fence between.
You're just really humble and down to earth. And so we have chain link fences, just like
to
real
remind
people.
you
We're real.
to be grounded.
Exactly. And so he would be up there and he would be like, oh, hey, hello, Kathy and Natalie. Like, oh, how are the chickens? And so he really loved that we had them. And he'd be like, can you bring me some eggs? And so we would bring him eggs. I don't know if it was once a week or what it was. But also, sidebar, he had like a really weird quirk where he didn't cook certain food in his house because he felt like the smells stuck to the walls.
Oh.
I don't know. That's like a thing. Anyway.
But would he make eggs at his house?
I guess he made,
guess
unless he
so.
sent them out to get cooked. He did own the other
my
house
gosh.
next door, so maybe he
Whoa,
just
that's
used
the
that as
kitchen house?
the cooking house, and the
Nice.
rest. But so
I feel like there's some people I know in LA who have, like, I know one person, I don't think I'm going to name their name, who has like a sex house
a sex
because they don't like to have
house?
sex in the house that they sleep in.
Wait, what?
Whatever. I don't know. Let's go back to
That
David
sounds like
Lynch.
a very
That's not David
expensive
Lynch.
investment. They must have a lot of sex.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't justify that expense.
Okay, so David Lynch.
So David Lynch, and so when I was about 8 years old, I decided that I was going to be really like a big girl, and I wanted to bring the eggs to David's house myself. So my mom loaded up my basket, and I walked like, it's like
It's just like Little Red
10
Riding
little
Hood.
feet. Yeah,
Like, my mom loaded up my basket and sent me on my way.
it literally was like in my brain, it was like a little wicker Red Riding Hood
You
basket.
do a little red cape on
Yeah, and I set off on the trail.
to the Hollywood Hills.
To the Hollywood Hills, and so I knocked on the door, and David opened the door, and he was in the middle of, I don't know, he was always in the middle of something creative or interesting, and he opened the door, and he was filming something, and it was like loud alternative music playing, like smoke machine going, and then about 1,000 headless baby dolls hanging by their foot on the ceiling. And I'm like, and I remember like freaking out. I'd be like, here's your eggs.
You're like, you would have rather ran into the wolf in the
I would have
woods,
rather
like,
seen the big bad wolf. And I don't think we pretty much moved after that. And that's why we moved to Calabasas. No.
That has to be so traumatizing. Like I've thought of that story multiple times. So I'm like, can I imagine like Penelope going and knocking on somebody's door like that?
Yeah.
At that age, like I would be scared now.
Yeah. No, I mean, it
Seeing
was the
that.
most David Lynch thing.
Yeah, like headless baby
open
dolls.
the I was like, oh my God. And he's
A
like
smoke
so
machine.
normal. Like he's, rest in peace. But he's like in his real life, he's just kind of like a great guy from the Midwest. I'm like, but had
Yeah.
his quirks about him.
It's so funny. And then you moved after that.
We pretty much moved right after that.
That is crazy. You're like,
It
we
was
gotta
really-
go. We gotta get out
like,
of here.
Mom, Dad, we gotta sell now.
David Lynch bought your house to like make eggs in.
He probably did. No,
Or my
we
person
do
bought your
regret.
house as a sex house.
Oh yeah, maybe it's
Yeah.
a sex house. We do regret selling it when we
You do?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. because, that was the 90s. It's worth a lot more.
Do you know? Have you ever been past that house now? Is it still there?
It's still there, yeah.
That's crazy.
I've seen photos of it because I think it like sold again like in 2013 or something like that. And so I saw photos of it online and it was pretty much the same.
That's good. Have you ever just like driven past?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel like
it.
to grow up in the same town. I mean, since I moved so much, I like never pass my.
Right.
Now occasionally I'll accidentally drive to our old house.
Right. Oh, really? Oh my God, that's so funny.
It happens if I'm like on Larchmont or like coming from that way.
And you're not thinking.
I drive past my old house, which was like kind of in the hills of Hollywood, like close-ish to that house of yours.
You were in the Hollywood Hills, the Franklin Village Hills.
I really, like when I drive that way, I feel really young. I'm like, oh, this is like my young life over here.
It was like the beginning.
Yeah.
I know. I remember I have lots of memories in that house.
Yeah. That was a fun house.
Super fun. But yeah, we moved from the Hollywood Hills to Calabasas because I was going to private schools in the city. And my parents were just like tired of the private school system. So we moved out to the Las Virgenes School District. And
amazing.
I lived there. And then for high school, I went and lived in Agora. And so
wait, I didn't realize you guys went from Calabasas to Agora, but you were in the same house.
We were in different houses. So actually, when we moved to Calabasas, this is kind of boring, but we were renting.
Okay.
And because it was sort of like we were testing the water.
And was your dad still coming into LA to work at that point?
He was, yeah. And he was driving. He's a big baseball fanatic. So he would drive to Dodger Stadium and Angels Stadium all the time. But there was no drive too long for baseball for him. He did it. And so yeah, we lived in Calabasas. And actually when I went to middle school, I've told you this story. We won't name names.
Oh my gosh.
I was
feel like
friends.
Oh my God. I've already dug myself in a hole with this story. Like, and everybody knows.
You can say it covered.
Yes.
She knows.
You know. I know. Okay, whatever.
So I was part of this friend group, and there was like the main girl. Her name was. and she was a bully, to like
this is so
the 10th power. We were all terrified of her, and all I lived and breathed for was to please her. And like she like had a grip on all the girls, and so
I'm like, okay. She's got a grip on me now because I'm like, we gotta cut
ironically,
we'll tell it.
She's now knows this woman. But basically the whole reason was because I was in this girl group, and there was some bullies I was in this girl group, and there were some bullies in the group. And when I had the choice of where to go for high school, I chose Agora High because I could start fresh and like have a totally clean slate, because I did not want to go to Calabasas High with the same friend group I made in middle school. So I switched high schools, knew nobody, and started as an anonymous person. It was so much better.
You were acting, like doing musical theater when you were a kid, because your parents said you couldn't act, right?
Well, that made it sound,
Not that you sound like
I had
your parents said you're talentless.
Your parents said you cannot act.
They were like, you have zero talent, and we would know.
So you can't do this.
Acting. They said
really
they did not want you to act because
my parents, knew the realities of the industry. And actually, like now looking back and being an adult, I realize it's not just it doesn't affect just the kid. It's like the parent has to be present with the child on the set the entire time.
Yeah.
And so I realized later in life, like, it's much bigger than just like, I want to be on TV or something like that. And so my parents really wanted me to focus on doing live theater. And so that's where I kind of scratched the itch, was doing kids musical theater, like kids camps, not like professional, but little kids camps. And I did a million shows. I did Annie, Bye Bye Birdie twice. I did Peter Pan was my first one. I played Michael. I played a lot of boy roles, actually. I played Michael in Peter Pan. I played Randolph in Bye Bye Birdie the first time. The second time I played Mama.
Oh my gosh, because you aged.
I aged out of Randall, the 9-year-old boy. I then did Annie. I played Annie.
Oh.
I did Sound of Music. I did Chorus Line, which is really appropriate for 13-year-olds.
Oh my gosh.
I played Val,
Amazing.
and I sang Tits and Ass.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was
That's
really
great. They're
really
like, stick to kids theater. This is better for you.
It's going to be
Singing Tits
healthy.
and Ass.
Yeah. And I had actually, this story is, I did Chorus Line when I was 13 and I played Val, and they gave me these like fake foam boobs with like nipples on them
my
to
gosh,
put in my
what?
to put in my bra. Yeah. Because, I had to sing Tits and Ass, although we called it TNA. That's how we sang it.
But you still had like foam
Still had
nipples.
yeah, fake foam dome nipple.
Oh
like
my
boobs.
God.
And
this was just Calabasas or Agora Hills. This is not even LA.
this wasn't even
is not
Hollywood,
coming
babe.
into Hollywood.
No, this was the deep valley. And so, so I had these like boobs, and a friend of mine from 3rd grade, my friend Gina, she revealed to me later in our adult life that when she saw me in that show and saw my fake boobs, she thought they were real. And she was so jealous of those
Wow.
boobs. She says that's why she got fake boobs later in life.
My gosh, you're an inspiration.
I mean, what
You're
can
an
I say? or total trauma. And I was like, they were fake. She was like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh no, is she gonna regret getting implants because of me?
Oh, she goes and
I
gets
think she
them
loves her
taken
boobs.
out.
Yeah. I think she likes
Oh
them.
my gosh,
But,
that's
yeah.
crazy. That's so
Anyway.
funny. And then when Penelope has been like, people have been sending me something for Penelope to audition for
I
things.
saw it.
Oh my God. I am like, she cannot. She'd be really good at it.
Oh, she'd be beyond
She's
she looks
actually like
like
a really good
character.
actor. It's terrifying. And I'm like, she can't do this. She can't do this. Like, she was in a musical theater camp. Did I tell you this? She did a musical theater camp. It's after I saw you because I was trying to get her to be in the one
Oh yeah.
you were doing.
You're like,
but-
she's too little.
Yeah. So she did this musical theater camp and she comes out and she's like, I'm like, are you playing a character? And she's like, and I'm like, do you have any lines? And she's like, yeah. Like, do you remember any of them? She's like, I have a lot of lines.
Oh.
And she's like, I'm the star.
Oh.
And then she
course.
goes, the star is the one who has the most lines in the movie. And I was like, thank you. Thank you for telling me that. I do know that. And thanks for clarifying that you're the star. You're never coming back here again.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then the teacher was like, has she ever done any musical theater before? Because she's really good. And I was like, I know. And she's just doing it for fun.
Oh my gosh. I know. Well, she's very smart and wise beyond her years.
Then so my friend sent me something saying like they're casting for Eloise
Yes,
in
that's
Eloise
what I saw.
the movie. And Eloise was like my dream character to play when I was a kid. I even did a monologue of Eloise in my drama club team when I was like in 6th or 7th grade when I was too old, where I would be like, I'm Eloise. I live at the plaza. I'm this many. And so
my
I was just
gosh.
telling Mark, I was like, do you think I can audition and just be like, I'm this many? You're doing this. Like, just,
I think you could.
I think I should. But the breakdown is so funny.
just a
It says
tape.
like, yeah, it's just a tape. It says looking for like a spunky, quick-witted, smart, energetic white girl to play.
Oh, I saw that. I was like,
It says white girl.
what girl?
I'm like, I think we know.
I
like,
think we know. They should
that
have
was
just
so
said like
funny or weird.
Caucasian
Yeah, I've never seen it say
They don't
anything
even
like
need
that.
to specify at
No.
that point. I guess they want to make sure they don't get
Yeah.
other submissions, and then they're people are like, you didn't consider it.
Yeah,
What-
but white girl.
I
Such
know,
a
what's
weird thing to
surprised-
say.
Because also I'm surprised that in the world we live in, like, why couldn't Eloise
Yeah,
be non-white?
but I guess they really wanted to be a white girl. But I've never heard, even for me going in, it says Caucasian. It would
Right.
never say white girl.
White girl.
I don't know. So funny. I don't know. I guess.
Who wrote it? Who wrote that?
I don't
for you?
know.
Someone's
I don't
getting
know. Probably
fired.
AI. Those are probably an AI slip.
Definitely an AI slip for sure.
Nobody pre-read it.
Nobody did. They're
No,
like,
they
yeah,
didn't
that looks
check
good.
it. And but anyways, I was like telling her about playing Eloise. She's not going to, but I was joking. She's, like,
She's
you
a little too young too, right?
She's too young, yeah. But
So, there
also,
you
I
go.
don't want her to do that at all. But she was like, "You could play Eloise's grandma, Mom," and I was like,
oh,
Okay. Thank you so much for that. I was
It's nice that she's considering you for a role.
I know. And then I was like, should I play Eloise's grandma?
I think you could play the maid.
Oh.
It's a white girl.
It's a white girl maid. That's where they're flipping things around.
Yes.
This seems like a very on it movie. Anyway, so you went so you were doing musical theater and your parents wouldn't let you act, but you were around actors all the time and kid actors.
Yes, I was around a lot of acting. It was kind of all I really knew, for better or for worse. I always kind of wonder if I hadn't grown up in the family that I did or around or in LA and all these things, would I be interested in that? I really don't know. It's interesting to even think of that.
What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Exactly.
Or
is it
David Lynch's baby dolls?
or the eggs I brought to David Lynch's house? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, or was it just something that's in me that
Yeah, I feel like it's in you.
I mean, I have had my astrology chart read many times. And it's oh, you must perform. I'm like, oh, okay, it's in there.
Yeah.
It's in the stars.
You're an amazing performer.
Thank you.
I think you would have found it even if you lived somewhere in the middle of nowhere and your dad didn't do it and your mom didn't do it.
I mean, you found it and you lived kind of in the middle of nowhere and your mom didn't do it and your dad didn't do it. So you're a great example of.
You would have. But yeah, you're so fun to watch on stage.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So are you.
Oh, thanks. Oh my gosh. One time Natalie and I did a play. And I'm not a play. I don't know how to do plays. And
she knows how to do a play.
I was like, I need to watch everything Natalie does. But we did a play, but it was a drag. It was
a drag.
It's called Chico's Angels. It's a drag show play.
Yeah, a parody comedy. Yeah, a drag.
So it's in the basement of a Mexican restaurant, and it's got a big following.
Yeah.
And so they asked us to do this thing called Chico's Angels, and I was like, okay, I just will copy everything Natalie does. But I remember one time we were on stage. Together, and there's this part of the play where a sandbag. Is it a play? A musical? What is it called?
It was
a comedy show. So, anyways, this sandbag falls out of the sky and is supposed to land next to Natalie. And one of the drag queens in the show is beautiful,
gorgeous,
and
you can't not look at her.
And Natalie.
I was mesmerized.
And I remember looking at Natalie being she should move right now. The sandbag's about to fall on her. But she was just staring at the drag queen. And she was just staring into her eyes.
I'd be
and you got hit by a sandbag.
I did?
Yes.
Oh my God, I don't even remember that.
It fell on you and you were like, oh my God. You just got mesmerized watching her on
It must have hit me
stage.
hard because I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was really, I remember because I watched it happen to you.
I zoned out a lot. That does happen to me sometimes on stage, especially when you do a show for a long time. There are moments where I'm oh, whoopsie, I'm zoning out. Come back. You're in front of an audience. I think it happens to everyone.
Yeah, it does. It does. So did you, when you went to college, were your parents you can do this when you go to college?
Yes, but they were really specific about wanting me to get a bachelor's degree, not a BFA, which actually that's one thing that I maybe should have fought a little harder looking back because I was not academic at all. Not a fan of anything that's math or science and with a Bachelor of Arts, you have to take all those general ed classes.
Yeah.
So I think maybe a Bachelor of Fine Arts would have been better for me. But, my parents were listen, you don't know if you're going to want to be an actor forever and you might want to go back to school and get a graduate's degree and it'll be so much easier if you have a BA instead of a BFA, which I know their intentions were really good, but I think that's one thing where I'm oh man, maybe I should have done that, but it doesn't matter. Hindsight is nothing.
Whatever.
Hindsight's 2020 and 2020 really sucked as a year. So what do we know?
Oh my gosh.
But I was a theater major.
Okay.
And I went to Pepperdine and I had a really great time. I think what was great about that theater program was it was really tiny. So I got to do a ton of shows, while I was there.
Yeah.
I had friends that went to NYU for musical theater and I was so jealous because that's where I wanted to go. And they never got to do a main stage show their entire 4 years. So I don't know.
And you didn't go to NYU because you wanted to stay close.
I wanted to stay close to my dad because my dad, as you know, had MS, multiple sclerosis. So yeah, being away really didn't feel like an option for me.
Yeah.
Personally.
So it's good to be like close.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
I
guys
was
would
very
go
close.
you would have college parties at your house.
My mom was not a regular mom. She was a cool mom. We had all the parties at our house. We had a pool, and it was like it's okay to drink at our house as long as you don't drive. And my dad was a big stoner anyway, so everyone got high with my dad. And I actually reunited with a friend of mine from college who I hadn't seen since college.
Oh wow.
He lives in Oklahoma, and he told me that there was this party at my parents' house for their anniversary, and he said he went to that, and it was the first time he smoked weed.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm kind of mortified. But he also was like, that was the night where I felt like I became myself. And I was like, what?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was like, that was a turning point. He was like, I was hanging out with your dad's friends and being funny and fun, and we were playing music and jamming and all this stuff. And he's like, I used to be a really shy, reserved guy, and I think he was like, I came out of my shell that night, and
oh my gosh, that's so
never
cool.
went back in. I know, and I was like, so you're saying I changed your life
From a college party?
from a college party? I know.
With
I
your
guess
dad?
being from Oklahoma,
Yeah, totally.
it's a pretty big deal.
That is a big deal.
Yeah. So anyway, that was
That's
exciting.
so cool. I
Yeah.
love that.
I know.
And then you finished school and you're like, you wanted to act or just do musical theater. You wanted to do both, right?
I definitely wanted to do musical theater, but I think I kind of because of my dad being sick and wanting to stay in LA, it just felt like, oh, I'm going to stay in LA and pursue TV and film. Although I did work at Disneyland doing the live High School Musical when I was 22 out of college.
And you would go on roller coasters alone, right?
I would end my shift and I would go into Disneyland, go on Space Mountain by myself. I loved it.
Amazing.
And yeah, but I really kind of made the choice where I'm like, well, maybe I'm going to pursue this in LA instead of musical theater, because that primarily felt like it was in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to talk to you about Legally Blonde.
Oh yeah,
the
let's do
reality show.
Here we go.
So Natalie, which is a really fun experience to be able to see. Natalie was on Legally Blonde, the search for the next Elle Woods reality show.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I watched it when I was in college before I knew you. I'm pretty sure I watched at least some of it with my roommates. But then meeting Natalie after and being able to watch one of your best friends on a reality show in the past is a really enjoyable experience.
It's kind of a gift I give to everybody.
Funny to watch Natalie on this reality show. And how old were you when you did that?
I was 24.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I
So
was
cute.
24 years old, and
You got really far.
I mean, I got to the top 5. And so, yeah, I just...
Okay, so the
don't even
podcast
know.
is called Full Out. So we want to talk to
Full
people
Out.
about things where they went. I mean, I know you've gone full out in a lot of places in your life, but I feel like this one's fun because it's like I didn't know you when you did it, so it's so exciting to hear about it. But you had to go full out on this show.
Yeah, you had to.
How did you even get it?
So it was through my friend Mason.
Okay.
He at the time was working at Pepperdine after we graduated, and they sent this is how long ago it was, a paper casting notice to the
gosh.
college looking for girls 18 to 25 or 18 to 30 to audition for this reality show to play Elle Woods in Legally Blonde the musical on Broadway. And Mason took it from Pepperdine and gave it to me.
Nobody but my friend will play this.
Exactly. And so he was like, you need to do this. And I'm like, I don't know. It was 2009 and reality TV was or actually I auditioned in 2008 and it filmed in 2009. But I was like, I don't know. Reality TV, what is that?
Yeah.
It's kind of gross. I didn't really know what it was. It was American Idol and Top Model was kind of all I had. And this show actually was an exact, marrying of American Idol and Top Model, essentially.
Okay.
And so Mason convinced me and I was like, fine, I'll go. So I remember I went, the first audition was in North Hollywood at a little dance studio. And I showed up.
What dance studio?
It was, I think it was Millennium.
Okay.
Yeah, which is still there. And I remember I showed up at like 6 a.m. because, you know, you hear about these open calls. And I was literally the third girl in line.
Oh my gosh. Because Mason was just running around taking all the flyers so nobody else could get there.
Oh, okay. So I'm the third girl in line. And yeah, so there was like a whole audition process in LA before I even went to New York. And that was about, I don't know, it was like spanned over like 2 weeks maybe.
Okay.
And then this was in the winter of 2008. And then it was like back in January of 2009, I get like this email saying like, you know, they're reviewing my tapes, but I'm in this like sort of running to be the contestants on the show. And then I don't know.
What did you think when you got that?
I remember being like, what? Like, because I hadn't heard anything and I didn't really think much of it because there were, I learned later, there were 3,000 girls that auditioned in 3 different cities.
Whoa.
So, you know, it was like a lot of people. And I think in LA, they probably had about, I don't know, a total of like maybe 1,000 girls at the end of the day.
Like, not to get off topic from that, but
No,
like,
I love talking about my dad. He's my favorite topic.
Your dad is so funny. Your dad is so funny. I feel like even like when he was getting older, like he like knew how to like play that.
Yeah.
He knew how to like make people think he was older and then like get this like huge joke in at the end. And I was like, how is he doing? He's like was like a real genius.
He was a real genius.
I have a question, and this is interesting because Brittany and I met in clown class.
Yeah.
That's a whole other day.
No, when I think about your dad, it's like now having gone through clown school, it's like was he into clown arts?
He wasn't. He just, you know, he was just a natural born clown. Like his first role actually was in camp when he was 5 years old in The Music Man, and he played the mayor.
Oh my gosh.
And so like he was already a character actor at 5. And even my dad's brother like describes watching my as a little kid, like doing theater. And like, he just had this innate quality.
You have it too. Natalie has it too. It's crazy. Like, you're so good at characters. You're so, like, I should not have been in that Chico's Angels play. Like, I was playing, like, they just were like, we need a blonde girl named Summer who's kind of dumb. And they're like, Brittany. And, like, Natalie was, like, working her ass up. Like, you were doing so much in that I was not doing. I was, like, fake twirling a baton. That was my big moment.
At it.
Like, she's, like, a real... Like, you just like shine
daughter of a clown.
Yeah. You're like, you guys are the same to me. And I just, it's so cool to watch. But also, I feel like when we were playing characters together on The Middle, it was like your dad had always had like a buddy with him, which was cool too. And I feel like he was just like the best.
He was the best.
Tell us how the characters Lenny and Squiggy came to be.
Yes, this is so funny because literally last night I was on a deep dive in YouTube. And let me tell you, so my dad passed away in 2020, as you know, and something I didn't really realize about having a parent that's in the industry is that they kind of live on forever in this really special way. Mm-hmm. And it's something I never would have thought of. And so like literally last night I was kind of like, oh, I miss my dad. And so I just like went on YouTube and was able to watch a bunch of videos of him. Cool. And it was like he was right with me. It was like really, really special. And so someone had actually sent me a video of this interview with Lowell Gans, who was one of the creators of Laverne and Shirley. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about the infamous night that Lenny and Squiggy were born into Laverne and Shirley. But then I watched a video of my dad. Okay, anyway, so here's how it happened. I'll tell you. Basically, my dad and Michael McKeon went to college together. Mm-hmm. They went to Carnegie Tech, which is now Carnegie Mellon, and they were instant best friends and did a ton of comedy stuff together. They dropped out of Carnegie Tech and they went to NYU, mm-hmm. and then they dropped out of NYU. And my dad moved to LA, and he lived above the garage of Carl Reiner because Rob Reiner went to one of the colleges with my dad and Michael. And so my dad was like, I'm going to LA. And Rob was like, go live with my parents. Okay. But like, you know, you're living in Carl Reiner's above the garage apartment. I mean, it's pretty special. So anyways, but in college, Michael and my dad created Lenny and Squiggy. They were called Lenny and Anthony, and they were these two, you know, booby guys who were really stupid and really vulgar. And they would get high and just like sort of dip into these characters all the time. And they kind of had like a little bit of not a following, because it, you know, it was different back then, but like people, they were a little infamous in their circle, you know? And so when my dad moved to LA, Michael eventually followed, and cut to, I don't know how many years later, maybe like 5 or 6 years later, they're doing the spinoff of Laverne and Shirley. And my dad knows Penny Marshall because she was married to Rob Reiner. And so they were all kind of in this little social circle. And Penny was like, we're doing the Laverne and Shirley show. It's not even getting a pilot. Like, it was ordered straight to series, which is also incredible. Yeah. And she was like, but the thing is, we don't know who's coming in or out, and there's no characters. Like, and so
see, she's really good. She's really good. She's really
Penny
good.
Marshall. So she was like, I want you guys to come. She had a party to celebrate the show. She's like, come to my house. All the writers are going to be there. I want you and Michael to do, this is on the phone to my dad, I want you and Michael to do Lenny and Squiggy at the party. And my dad was like, okay. So he called Michael, and Michael at first was like, nah, I don't want to. But then I guess the way my dad describes it, he was like, listen, your wife is pregnant. We'll get on the show for like 2 or 3 episodes, and we'll qualify for maximum unemployment. And Michael was like, I'm in. And so, like, no clue. And so, yeah, they wound up going to this party. They did this bit as Lenny and Squiggy. It was like a 15-minute bit. He said, my dad said, like, it was like this magical moment, like how we had at the middle, you know, and it like killed. Everyone thought it was the funniest thing they'd ever seen. And the next day, my dad gets a call from Gary Marshall, and he's like, I hear you do these guys, and I don't know, everyone thinks they're funny. Come on down to Paramount. And so for the first, I think, whole season, or maybe most of it, my dad and Michael were hired as writers on Laverne and Shirley, and they wrote themselves in to the episodes because no one knew Lenny how to do it at all. And they were like, we can do it better. And that's how it was.
Natalie's dad used to buy her clothes from the Victoria's Secret's catalog. Clothes.
He did. From the catalog.
Clothes from the catalog. But I do have a shirt that she gave to me as a hand-me-down that, like, she's like, I don't want this anymore. That's from your dad, from the Victoria's Secret's catalog.
The paisley one?
Yeah. I wear it as, like, a swimsuit cover-up, and it's one of my favorite shirts. But I feel like it's so funny because I'm like, this is from Natalie's dad, and it's also from the Victoria's Secret catalog.
My dad would look at the Victoria's Secret catalog, like the hard copy, and be like, on the phone with me, he'd be like, yeah, you know, it's like, all these girls remind me of you. I'm like, Dad, they're all in their underwear. Like, I don't know how to respond to this. Well, anyway,
so
he was a character.
So funny. Okay. Legally Blonde. You get it. They email you. They tell you, like, you're going to come. You're in the mix. When do they tell you got it? Or do you have to go to New York and audition?
So I went to New York. And basically, when they called and told me, they were like, we can't tell you if you are going to be on the show and away from home for 3 weeks or if you're going to be gone for 3 days. And
But 3 weeks would be the max.
3 weeks was the max.
Okay, so that's good. That's like a perfect way for you to go to New York.
Yeah, it was like, okay, cool. I, though, because I was young and didn't know any better, I was like, yeah, here's the thing. I'm a waitress at like a really popular restaurant, and like I can't really afford to like get rid of this gig. And like, do I need to get all my shifts covered? And they were like, get your shifts covered. And so I kind of like.
That's actually smart of you, though.
Because I was like, I mean, that would have been a lot of.
Tell me, am I coming for 3 days or am I coming for 3 weeks?
Yeah. And so they were like, no, get your shifts covered. And so I don't know if that was like they were just trying to convince me to come, or if they were sort of like they knew something that I didn't know. But I really took it as, okay, I'm going to be on this show for 3 weeks. And maybe it's like a mentality thing.
Yeah.
And so I went to New York and I showed up, and there was the top 20 girls that they had narrowed it down to. And then we had like the big dinner with everybody, and it was super fun. And then the next day was the big audition, and we show up and there's like 1,000 girls there. And it turns out that they were all background cast to
like fake auditioners.
But they didn't know.
Oh no.
I know.
Ooh. This keeps happening to you. This is like the same thing that happened at our audition.
You're right.
Oh no.
Maybe
Okay.
it's me. So anyways, but then they narrowed it down to the top 10, and I was in the top 10, and we did, ridiculous challenges that were like, to be on Broadway, it takes stamina. And so they made us sing for 6 hours on exercise bikes because
and there's video of it.
There is evidence of everything. And it was crazy, but I'm still friends with pretty much all the girls. Like, I'm
made
friends
it to the
with all
top
the
5.
girls.
You had to dye your hair blonde. You were brunette. You had to
I was
dye your
brunette.
hair blonde.
They bleached my hair. It was like butter yellow, which is not a good look on me. And it was just like a crazy, like, I used to actually have I struggled with the fact I had done the show, and I didn't like people knowing me from it. It felt like I had like weirdly sold out, or I don't know. I had a lot of like resentment towards the whole process. And then it was about, I'd say like 5 years ago, I all of a sudden like something changed where I was like, wait, this is kind of great. Like, it's sort of kitschy and weird.
Yeah.
And then I really embraced it. And
she wrote a whole one-person show about it.
I did.
That's called Legally Brunette. And it is so funny. If you ever do it again, people have to go see it.
I hope so.
She does sing a song on an exercise bike.
Yeah,
Not to
no
give anything
spoilers.
away. That's a big spoiler. Whoops. Sorry.
But you're getting your money's worth.
You are getting your money's worth. It's amazing. And I did ask you to bring something from that time of your life.
I did.
Because it was a major competition. Like, you guys had to like sing in heels outside in the freezing cold, and like,
it was cobblestone.
yeah.
It was crazy. And also, from that show, like, all the girls are we're all still working. One of them even won a Tony. So,
Yeah.
it's
a real show.
It was a real show with real good
And they pushed
people.
you guys really hard.
They really did. But yes, I brought with me, so my one-woman show that I wrote is actually based on my actual journal that I kept while I was on the show. And so I brought the journal, but what's funny is there's 2 journals. So this was the one that I got, like, they gave us as a gift when we had that top 20 party.
Oh, nice. And when you went to audition with all 1,000 girls, you're like, where's your journal?
Exactly. I'm like, weird. You don't have a sweatshirt and a hat and all the swag? They're like, no. But what's funny is I actually wrote my real journal entries in this hideous thing, which is
my gosh.
so not Elle Woods. But so I brought both because this one just like looks cuter.
Is there any fun little thing that you could read from that journal?
Actually, so I can read you one excerpt that didn't make it in my show.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So it won't be a spoiler.
It won't be a spoiler.
And she doesn't really do that exercise bike thing in the show.
Oh, no, I don't. I do not do that at all. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. This one did not make it in the show. Okay. Well, I found myself back in New York. Crazy, huh? I feel like I never left. It's good to be back. But if I were to live here, I'd have to be making a ton of money or dating someone super rich. I wouldn't mind either.
I wouldn't mind either.
I flew into New York from DC. I had my lover, Dan, visit me.
Dan wasn't he the camera guy?
Dan was actually, I did have a crush on the camera guy, Raul, but Dan was actually the PA on the show. And when I got kicked off, I might have had a rendezvous with him while I was sequestered. Sorry, Jared. He knows. Okay. So I flew from New York to DC. I had my lover, Dan, visit me. I've been staying with him for the past 6 days. Bold move on my part.
More than a rendezvous.
I really thought, this was a thing. Now, I'm not high maintenance. I enjoy a good hot dog and Bud Light.
You do?
I really don't like beer, but I do love hot dogs.
I was like, I've never seen you drink a Bud Light.
But I really think I've grown out of frat house living. I need a
Good
guy
for you.
Yeah, right? I really was like a strong, independent woman here. I need a guy who doesn't think Rembrandt is just toothpaste.
Is it not?
Amazing.
Is it not?
Oh my God, I was such a little bitch. Okay. A gentleman who appreciates Marc Jacobs and understands...
Marc Jacobs?
Wait, I should put this back in the... I should put this in the show. He appreciates Marc Jacobs and understands that Charlotte Russe is not French.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I used to love Charlotte Russe.
Me too. R.I.P. Charlotte Russe. Okay. A guy who, when we go out to a nice place, doesn't comment on the price of a salad. So sorry, Dan.
Is this all about Dan?
I really thought he was a loser, apparently. But it's hard to have a balance of culture and humility. Oh my God. Maybe I'll give Asshole Guy another chance. That was a nickname for a guy I was dating. His name was Asshole Guy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Or maybe the Screamer. That was another guy I dated who had a...
I want to hear the journal entry about the Screamer.
Oh God. He's been making an effort. The Screamer's been making an effort. I don't know what I want anymore. I'm sick of flings. I just feel like I'm on the brink of figuring my life out. I just feel like all the pieces are gonna fall together. I hope.
Oh, I hope.
That was a good one.
Good. Oh my God, that's really good.
Lord.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I'm glad I went to therapy.
I think you seem totally fine in that. It was everybody else.
Right? Yeah, it's true. It's not me.
Okay, so tell us about, do you have a worst breakdown on the show? Like, I guess on the show
On the show or just
Sure,
everyday
just
life? I mean, I've had a lot of breakdowns.
like your worst breakdown when you were doing that, because I feel like that was like all consuming. You had to live together. You were like,
Yeah. I have like kind of two of them. Like one was the obvious one when they dyed my hair blonde and it took like 17 hours to get it that color from my natural brunette. And it was like fried and my scalp was burning and I was like miserable. And I had 1-2 challenges in a row. So I really felt like I was like on the top. And then I got cut like immediately, like the next
after
day.
they dyed your hair blonde.
Yeah. And I remember like being really pissed. And I remember like, you can see it on the show. I'm like, well, they dyed my hair blonde. Like I was like really annoyed. And I'm like crying. And I remember like being like felt really betrayed by the process because their excuses for why they were kicking me off were really like, made up. But I think I had to go at that time. But the bigger breakdown I had actually was never caught on camera. We did like a promotional photo shoot and it was like on the roof of New York and it was like the top, I don't remember what it was, like the top, I don't know if it was the top 10 or what it was, but it was like this beautiful photo shoot, which I've never seen these pictures. And I remember like the photographer saying something to me to the effect of like, can you believe you're just one step away from being a Broadway star? And I remember feeling completely overwhelmed by that.
Oh, wow.
And like needing to like take a break, needing to like sit down, like, and I was like sobbing and like, I like got really overwhelmed because I felt like I was really afraid that I couldn't handle it. And I remember like one of the female PAs came over and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I just don't trust that I could do it. And I remember really like doubting myself in that moment and feeling like the pressure.
Yeah.
I probably sabotaged myself.
You definitely could have done it. But I think that that's like who you are. I feel like you're not that you're doubting yourself or something. I think that for your breakdown to be like so like sweet and like it's like as opposed to like I feel like that's you do want to do a good job and you do like such a good job on everything that you're on.
Yeah, I know.
I wish I could have been there to be like, no, get back, get your ass back up there. You're gonna do it.
Shut the
just like
up,
stage mom,
baby. Yeah, I'd be like, I can't do it. You're like, get it together.
Like, you can do this. No, that's so sweet and so sad and so relatable. I feel like it's a lot of pressure when like everything you want is like, especially like, I feel like when people say stuff like that, it's like,
it's a hard thing to process,
and also being so young and being like, it's...
It all kind of like felt like it was sort of caving in at that point.
Yeah.
It felt more real, which was exciting. But then I also think I like kind of lost a little bit of my full out.
Yeah, I know, because it's like when it becomes like real, then there's so much more pressure on you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And you can't just like be doing it to like do it.
No, right. So I got kicked off and fucked Dan.
Great. I love it. It was fine. Full out fucked Dan.
One man's trash.
Okay, what was your best moment and your worst moment? I mean, I feel like
We kind of covered this.
I feel like what was your best moment on the show though?
I don't know. You know, I think my best moment now is like from the show is now. And like reliving it as an adult and like kind of looking back on it is a really fun process. And like sharing the enjoyment with people.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It is. It's an exciting, your one woman show is exciting.
Aw,
and it makes everybody be like, this is so fun. Okay. Who was your nemesis?
On the show?
I guess.
Or just
in
we
general.
talking
Well, we
about
already
that?
talked about the, I think
My
we went
nemesis. Well, like on the show, I mean, it was funny. Like the producers really tried to pit us all against each other because they wanted drama. But we're all a bunch of theater dorks who like are used to like, you know, you audition for things, someone gets it, someone doesn't. Like we're used to being in a cast. So like it was really hard to pit us against each other. I mean, one of the girls who's actually one of my best friends from the show now, she was sort of villainized on the show. And it was really sad, you know, because she's so not that at all. But it just shows how, you know, producers can manipulate or, you know, change the narrative and get, you know, pull things out of you. I remember when I went on the show, I was like super, almost like weirdly prepped to like be as neutral as possible about everything, which I kind of actually looking back think it made me a little boring on the show because I could tell I was like holding back.
Yeah. But you were just protecting yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's smart.
I didn't want to look like an asshole.
They probably would have made me the villain for sure.
That would have been amazing.
I feel like I easily would have fallen
You would have been like, yeah, she sucks.
Well, thank you so much for coming and doing this. Where can everybody find you, follow you, anything you want to talk about?
I feel like we've really covered the gambit. They can find me on Instagram, Natalie_Lander, because, you know, everyone cool has an underscore. And that's pretty much it. I cannot do the TikToks. I'm too old.
Yeah, I get it.
It's hard.
I get it.
It's a lot to keep up with.
It is a lot. Yeah. Well, I love you.
I love you
Oh, we
too.
used to have a podcast together.
Oh my God, we
supposed
had
to
a
talk
podcast.
about that.
That was full out. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, though. Brittany was like the driving force of that whole thing. And poor Brittany had to basically drag me along the entire
I was the one
time.
sitting on top of at the photo shoot being like, you're going to do this.
She's like,
I basically forced you to do it.
no, you did not force me. We had a lot of fun, but man, that was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
It was a
like
lot of
before
work.
anybody had podcasts, really.
We were just
they were like
ahead of our time.
starting, and we just like figured it out and did it on our own.
And we cranked out like 30 episodes.
yeah.
Like
Molly was on it.
Yeah, you were a guest.
It was called Shortcomings. People talked about times in their life where they fell short at something, and we heard some really funny stories, and
It was fun. It was
fun.
super fun.
yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of work.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
I commend you. But she's like that, you know, like I feel like she's like, you're like a doer, like you get shit done.
Brittany goes full out. That's her
She
thing,
goes full
right?
out.
She goes
Like,
full out in everything.
And I'm like, okay. And then, you know, it's good. I need someone like that in my life because otherwise I'd sit around and, you know, twiddle my thumbs.
Marco says I'm like a mini Tony Robbins that he lives with. He's like,
You're
I'm
a tiny Robbins.
Yeah, I'm a tiny Robbins. I'm like, get up, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing this right now. And he's like, oh my God, stop.
You're very motivated. You have a really good follow through.
Listen, Penelope's very motivated, like I am, but to do exactly the opposite thing that I want to be doing at that time.
That's not fun.
No, it's not fun.
Oh my God.
So, anyways,
Okay, that's our
this
time. You have
was
another
so
guest.
Fun.
Yay.
I love you.
Okay, love you too.
Bye.
Bye.